Hey, Cassie Anderson here. It is April 1st, 2017, and I can officially say that I made it through 3 months of topical steroid withdrawal. And so now I get to give you an update of where I've been and how this last month has gone and just kind of give you the nuts and bolts of it. And so again, this is for family and friends who are checking in on me, but it's also a video message to everybody out there who's also going through TSW, topical steroid withdrawal, or who are interested in pursuing topical steroid withdrawal for themselves. So here are some tidbits. I've been doing okay. I would say this last month has been more work than the previous 2 months. So what I mean by that is just my skin is a little bit more sensitive. And so I try to kind of stand back for household chores and meals and things. If somebody is around to help me, I just try to save my hands. As you can see, my hands started breaking out. I got the red sleeve going on for all you other people with red sleeves. I got one, or I got two. It doesn't... I would say it doesn't necessarily hurt all the time. I think it just kind of goes through these little stages of, I think earlier on I was more itchy. Now it seems like it's more, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's just more on fire sometimes, but it doesn't necessarily always feel like a sunburn. It might look like it, but it doesn't always burn. When it does burn, then I get the ice packs out. When I get itchy too, I'll get the ice packs out, and just that usually quenches the burn and the itch. If I start getting oozy or too on fire, then I jump in the bathtub. I just take an Epsom salt bath every time. So yeah, everybody has their own routine of what helps them. I still love Epsom salt baths. They're very calming. And I usually use Vaseline still. I use a combination of Vaseline with mineral oil. Calm down, everybody who doesn't like that approach. But I have, during TSW, you got to use what you got to use. And this is what works for me. I haven't found anything else I can actually apply to my skin. I'm not saying Vaseline is the perfect scenario because it still doesn't agree with my skin completely. But it is the lesser of all evils that I've been able to touch. So that's why I use Vaseline and mineral oil, and it's kind of a 2-to-1 ratio. I usually do like a quarter cup, measuring cup, and I'll do 2 things of Vaseline and 1 of mineral oil, mix it up, and it just thins out the Vaseline a little bit more so it's not so heavy and thick on the skin. I did try something just recently this week, and it went okay, so I'm going to try to keep experimenting with it, but it is Vaseline Intensive Care cream, and I haven't used lotions or creams in years. I just thought I'd give it a try because it is 30% Vaseline. So for me, it just feels like I'm weaning my body off of the Vaseline feel and that texture. And it just felt more moisturizing than what Vaseline can do alone. Because Vaseline almost feels more like just a barrier, and sometimes my skin just feels like it's suffocating. So this cream just kind of made it easier for my skin to breathe a little bit. But again, I was feeling super normal at the beginning of this week, and then I had kind of a flare. So yeah, I'm still kind of experimenting as I go, but I do want to keep trying that cream. It seems to be doing okay. And I can post that on my blog so that you know exactly which kind I'm trying at least. I tried aloe vera. So my mother-in-law and I, we went out and we bought one of those giant aloe vera leaves at the grocery store. And then we watched a YouTube video, on how to get the gel out. And if you guys have any tips on this, please tell me. I was really kind of hesitant, scared to try it just because I've had problems with aloe vera-based products in the past. But regardless, I did handle it a little bit and I didn't react. But when I opened up the container later, it reeked so bad, I just about passed out. I was gagging. It was so bad. So, I'm just not a big aloe vera fan. Maybe you guys have a trick to that. I tried to put some vitamin E to preserve it a little bit, but Oh, that stuff is gross. Okay, so something else that I just wanted to go over. The 3rd month video, I was saying like, oh, I'm starting to sleep on the couch and I'm not going to be sleeping with my husband anymore and it's just too hot and uncomfortable. Well, that only lasted 2 days because I was so hot and uncomfortable anyways, no matter where I was, and I was just awfully lonely out on the couch. So I did go back to the bed, and even though I'm restless every night, it's just how we've learned to function anyways. So anyways, for anybody out there who's thinking that you have like this lifelong sentence to the couch during TSW, it's not. It doesn't necessarily have to be the case. However, just to show you kind of how my skin has been changing, the night before I spent the night in the bath because from 2:30 to 7 my skin was so oozy and slimy and weird feeling. I just couldn't stand being in the sheets anymore in the bed, so I just submerged myself in the bath and called it a night, and that was the most comfortable place for me, so it didn't bother me. This is my journey right now. I have nothing else on my plate except to get better. So it's nice just giving myself that permission and the freedom just to do what I need to do as I need to do it. Last night, I started off in bed with my husband and then ended up finding my son's bed. My kids, our kids slept in the fort that they made. It's spring break here, so they had the whole living room in a big, huge tent, basically, in a fort that they made. And so since they were sleeping there, I ended up finding Gunner's bed, and that worked out well. I actually slept from 3 in the morning till 9:30 in the morning, and that is like the longest stretch that I've had in a really long time. So I'm super grateful for that. Okay, so something else this month that has kind of just gotten just a little bit, I can't say worse because it is worse, but I don't like that word worse because it just sounds terrible. But, I've always, since the beginning, my hair has shed here and there a little bit more than normal before TSW. But this last month, it just seemed like I had quite a bit more whenever I was in the bathtub or something, or when I'm combing or brushing my hair trying to do it. So I wouldn't say it's like a significant, kind of amount, but there were a couple days where it was a little scary. So I have to say those were a little bit emotional days for me. So one of the things that I learned was what's really hard being in the bathtub with the hair coming loose is that loose hairs get on the skin and it hurts because the skin is so sensitive right now. So I don't like the idea. I don't like the feeling. So what I just do is I just kind of run my fingers through my hair and make sure that if there's any loose ones, I'm in control. I put it aside so there's nothing in the tub with me. Sorry that that's kind of gross to TMI. I don't know, but I just need to cover it because I am here reporting my journey with you, and I want to be sure I'm disclosing everything. So, okay, so last month I also was saying that I had developed a stomach ulcer. Never had that happen before. And, I threw up a little bit of blood. Again, TMI, I know I don't want to disturb and disgust people. I'm okay. I really am. It was just the one day. I did have a lot of stomach pain for like a few weeks after, and it was tolerable. It wasn't the greatest feeling. The doctor gave me some medicine, but I wasn't convinced it was working. He only wanted me on it for 6 weeks to help heal things. And I'm like, after 3 weeks, it wasn't progressing. It didn't feel like it was progressing in the right direction. So I took myself off and I felt so much better. So, the whole idea was, why do I even have an ulcer in the first place? And all the doctors, pharmacists, nutritionists, everybody that I talked to, they were like, well, it's just probably the stress of TSW. And I can see that to a certain degree. I think that could possibly be attributing to it, but I don't think it's the cause, at least the full cause. I do know that the antihistamine is geared toward the antihistamine that I was on. I'm off it now, but Usually antihistamines dry up mucous membranes, and that's why my eyes are so dry. I need eye drops in the middle of the night even because they're so dry I can barely sleep. Cotton mouth, all these things. So why wouldn't it dry up the mucous membrane in the stomach lining and intestinal lining? So anyways, instead of the doctor treating me with an antacid for lack of hydrochloric acid and whatever, I just thought I didn't have any mobility moving through just because there wasn't like that, the mucous membrane. So I got off the antihistamine, I got off the antacid. I am not a doctor, I'm not here to diagnose or anything. I did see a GI doctor about it too just this last week, and you know, I think that I think it's pretty accurate. She wouldn't confirm or deny. But I'm feeling so much better. So I have heard of other people in TSW having some digestive issues the first, so many months. So it could very well be our bodies getting rid of the topical steroid, all the steroidal effects that we've had inside and out of our bodies all this time. It could just be that our body's freaking out because it's like it's going through detox as well. I mean, that might be part of it. So anyways, I ended up getting off my meds just because I wasn't seeing a significant difference being on them. So I took myself off, and I still feel okay. Again, that's something you're just going to have to talk to your doctor about or decide for yourself. But yeah, I'm doing much better with that. So there's the update on that. So I would say that my skin is pretty uncomfortable and sore and sensitive to the point where it even hurts to wear seams. Now this shirt here is really thin, flexible, and stretchy, and the seam is super, it's kind of hiding, or it's like a really thin seam, okay? So I prefer these kind of stretchy, thin shirts. There are other shirts, such as even a plain cotton white t-shirt. For whatever reason, the seam is so thick and hard and scratchy, it hurts to wear clothes. Something as simple as a cotton t-shirt. So what I've learned is by turning the clothes inside out, you don't have that big thick seam rubbing on your sensitive skin. So that might be a trick that you might want to try if that's something that has been bothering you. I also commented last month that I had gotten some sleeves. I left them off purposefully right now so you could see how my skin is doing. But the cotton modal sleeve does have a seam running down. So I wear the seams inside out, and that seems to help. So I can still be covered. I would say another thing is that I've just been taking longer baths. From the very get-go, I always had like an hour and a half bath, and now I'm probably, around 2 hours is usually my minimum now, just because my skin is just taking on a whole different texture. Right now I'm kind of glossed up with some Vaseline here, but even through the Vaseline, it's very sandpapery feeling. So I don't know, some areas are kind of more sandpapery than others, but it is a very rough texture. And so by soaking it longer, it just feels like it softens that roughness down a little bit more. So anyways, that's my take on that. And the other thing, though, is when you're in the bathtub for that long, it can get kind of lonely. So, so it's just a matter of being nice to yourself, giving yourself grace, and knowing that you're one day closer to better. You got to do what you got to do to get better. And I keep trying to remind myself that because it can get rather lonely. So a few tricks that we've been able to do here in our home. I am a mother of 3 boys, ages 5, 7, and 9. And a lot of times my husband's gone working. I mean, they have school and everything, so right now they're on spring break, but they at least have somewhere to go for the majority of the day. But when they are home, I want to be a part of their lives, and for the most part I am. Usually I, spend the good chunk of the morning hours in the bath, so in the afternoon I'm free for them. But for the littlest one, he's still here the first half of the day, and then he has 4K in the afternoon. So while he's here, I'm usually in the bath a lot. And so we call each other. I have my cell phone next to me in the bath. He has the house phone. And so he'll call me if he needs anything. I'll call him to check on him. And it's just really fun. And it's as much fun as we can have right now. I do have a curtain that's pulled on the side of the bathtub, so if the kids need to come in and out and chat with me, they can, and then I still have privacy. So that's how that's been working with us. A lot of times in the bath, just to pass the time, I'm on my cell phone, and I don't have it with me right now. Hey, Gunner, can you bring me my blue phone real quick, please? Thank you, sweetie. So when I'm in the tub, usually I spend my time working. Yeah, I do work from the tub. I do business in the bath. I call people. They call me. I never miss out on a beat. I try not to. I do a lot of training in the tub. Thank you. I just wanted to show our friends on the video here. I have a pop socket. You can probably get yours popsockets.com. But this is how people are wondering, how do you do the bath in the tub? This is what makes it where I can actually be in the tub, soaking, and then I'm texting, I'm emailing, I'm doing training, I'm looking up YouTube videos, I'm enjoying music. Thank you, Gunnar. And then it makes it so it's kind of slip-proof because your fingers are secured with the button that you're holding the phone, so it's not as easy to like slip and fall into the water, right? So anyways, I work from home. I still do. I probably work more now than I did before, and I didn't think I'd be very capable. But that's pretty cool, huh? When you're self-employed, you can make things work. If anybody needs an opportunity to work from home, please message me because, I wouldn't mind sharing what I do from home. And, okay. So, sleeping has been a little rough. I usually don't wear my hair down too much. It tickles my neck. Sometimes I'll wear a hairband just so the little hairs won't tickle as well. But I would love to wear my hair down. I wore my hair down for years, never wore it up, but now all I do is wear it up. But I don't want to wear it down only because when I slick my skin with so much, then my hair looks really greasy and gross. So even though I wash all the time. Oh, that's something else you guys might want to know too. This was something I was curious about before TSW about bathing. So I still use Vanicream Free and Clear products. I did before TSW. I am still now, just so that I can get my body clean. It is a soap-free product, and it's free of lanolin and paraffin and preservatives and all these other formaldehyde and whatever else is harmful. I still wash my hair every day with shampoo and conditioner, and I still use their cleansing bar. I've been allergic to soap for however many years, since I was 17 or so, but I can use their non-soap cleansing bar. I real quick wipe my face, rub my face with soap, dip it in the water real fast to get it off. Real quick, rub my neck, dip it in the water. And real quick, lather up my arms, dip them in the water. And it's really fast. The cleansing bar stings for just a quick minute while it's touching my skin. Not even a whole minute. For the seconds that it's on my skin until I rinse it off. But to me, it feels like my skin needs to kind of reset and start over. If I keep lathering gunk after gunk after gunk day in and day out, I just feel like it suffocates my skin to a certain degree. So it makes me feel better feeling clean, feeling like I'm keeping up with my hygiene, and it's still safe for my skin. So yeah. And I do still shave. There are still times where my legs are a little sore, but I still try to shave, because if I don't, guys, please stop. I'm on the video. If I don't, then this is probably TMI, personal stuff, but like the stubs on my legs, well then, if it rubs my other leg in my sleep, then it gets all irritated, and so I need to be clean shaven all the time. Okay, so I said it. Yep, and I think a really important thing, I'm still taking a ton of vitamins, drinking a ton of clean water, alkaline water or purified water. As far as diet goes, I would just say if you haven't already started eating green and clean, organic, non-GMO, you need to do it, because the more pesticides and chemicals and preservatives and things you have in your food, the more your body is going to become intoxicated with it. Just like your body, didn't know what to do with the steroids. Your body just doesn't know what to do. The human body doesn't know what to do with all those toxins in our food. So the cleaner you can have your diet, the easier it's going to be on your body. The less it has to fight for something else to filter out. I personally am gluten-free, and then I go easy on meat, dairy, and sugars, because those are all inflammatory foods. As far as the rest of the food groups go, I just try to take the cream of the crop. I try to eat as natural as possible. So on the ingredient labels, if you eat anything with a label, make sure those ingredients are whole food ingredients that you can read, so you know exactly what you're putting into your body. So anything you put into your body, eating or drinking, can either harm you or it can help you. So just really go for those things that are going to boost your immunity, that are going to give you nutrients to your skin and to your organs, to your brain health, your heart health, everything. Because you need the vascular health, right? And just the health of your skin. Our skin is the largest organ, and it all stems from the inside out. So anyways, that is all I have on my list for today, and I've talked way too long already. I don't like to make videos too long because I don't ever want to lose your attention, but for those people interested, again, in TSW who are just seeking out more information, I would say for me the top 3 things: Epsom salt bath, Vaseline, and ice packs. Those are the 3. So if you want, that natural approach, obviously, and the nutritional boost. Nutritional boost, that's a big one, vitamins and supplements. So you can check out my blog if you want to know what I take and how I take it. I'll probably expand more on that the next month, but so far so good. By the way, I have one normal thumb. I just have to show you real quick. Because my skin has always been like a 90-year-old person, my thumb looks like a teenager right now. It is so much fun. It's so soft. And this one isn't so much. This one's kind of red and reacting. But I'm so excited. I have something normal happening. Okay, that's all for now. I will talk to you next month. So, see you then.